Devil's Tower seems to be the point of confrontation between, I think, religious and secular forces. And that comes from the government's policy of multiple use. We want as many people as possible to use a certain thing. They don't do this for the Christian religion. They allow them exclusive use of all kinds of things. But see, they don't really believe that the Indian religion's a religion, so they figure it's a multiple use. It's one of the very ancient landmarks in North America. There are all kinds of others. The Hopi seem to have squatted on one of the mesas that really has power. And Six Nations have very good power spots in some of those lakes. And a Pipestone Quarry. Navajo Mountain, which is Four Corners area, sacred to all kinds of people. So you have to ask, if this is sacred to several groups of people, doesn't it have more spiritual power, and aren't there more spirits there than there are in any of these other places which are sacred to only one tribe? And so then you begin to intuit that the place was one of those sanctuaries where people could come and go without fighting each other, and had to do that because you couldn't fight your way to the Devil's Tower and hold a religious ceremony. The same way with the Pipestone. So what the Sioux and Cheyenne would do would have a ceremonial year that was supposed to end up in that vicinity. And the Rosebud people have identified the 3 mountains that are part of the ceremony. So in the spring, people would be following the buffalo herd, and they'd have to do a series of 4 ceremonies, the last one of which would end up either at Devil's Tower or Bear Butte, depending on the season, or depending on what year it was and what the situation was. So this is written down now in a book on star knowledge, and Devil's Tower is in Eyankaha, which is about 40 miles south. Those, I think, are the horns of the buffalo, and then the Bear's Butte that becomes the nose, and you have these complicated ceremonies that have to be done there. And that's for continued renewal of the earth and life. And the buffalo, of course, symbolizing Mother Earth and symbolizing life. So those were very important. That's the way you didn't hunt out the buffalo herds. That you took just enough to ensure that the buffalo continued, but you had to do this ceremony thanking them and thanking all the other spirits. So then there are other ceremonies for the rest of the year. So your year is kind of under ideal conditions, broken up into migrations where you have to be at a certain location to do a certain ceremony, and that keeps everything balanced. So you come to the place, and it does send a chill up your spine, whether you're Indian or Anglo or whatever. I mean, it's an extremely impressive place, and I think you do. I would imagine even some of the climbers get a tremendous emotional jolt with that thing. But here comes the basic question of respect. See, if you really respect something, I mean, you don't go start putting up Kool-Aid stands on the tomb of the unknown soldier. And humans, particularly industrial society, has no sense of self-discipline. They allow themselves to do anything in the world. The Indian thing was, if you don't really totally understand it, you better kind of, not make the total commitment to the thing. You better leave it as partially mysterious. And I think a lot of people don't understand that it's not that Indians should have exclusive rights there. It's that location is sacred enough it should have time of its own. And that once it has time of its own, then the people who know how to do ceremonies should come and minister to it. See, and that's so hard to get across to people.